Listen closely, because what I am about to say will pierce through the fog of doubt and ignite a fire you didn't even know was sleeping inside you. Tonight, right here, right now, you stand at the precipice of a truth that has been hidden, denied, and mocked. You have waited, you have endured, and you have been told that your voice was small, that your instincts were misplaced, that your vision was flawed. But tonight, that world, that illusion, that lie that surrounded you is crumbling. You've been vindicated. Every whisper that told you to quit, every shadow that tried to swallow your certainty, every smirk that mocked your belief in the truth, it all dies now in the light of undeniable proof. They found the proof. The evidence is undeniable. Undeniable in its clarity, undeniable in its message, undeniable in the way it tears down the walls of deception they so carefully built. And now, those who doubted, those who deceived, those who sought to manipulate and obscure, they are coming to you. They are crawling, pleading, begging for redemption, for forgiveness, for some shred of mercy that you were denied for far too long. You see, the universe has a way of balancing itself, a way of giving the rightful moment to the one who remained steadfast when the world whispered lies. You are standing in that moment, and it is not just victory, it is validation, it is recognition, it is justice wearing your name like a crown, forged in patience and relentless belief. For years, they questioned you. They painted you as paranoid, as irrational, as someone imagining patterns in chaos. They tried to drown out the quiet but insistent voice inside you that said, "No, this is not right. This is not fair. This is not truth." They buried evidence, twisted stories, masked reality, and left you questioning your own perception, questioning your own mind. But tonight, that voice has proven louder, sharper, unshakable. They aren't coming with power. They aren't coming with strength. They are coming with desperation, a hollow, echoing plea that trembles in the shadow of the proof you held onto when no one else would. You were right. All along, you were right. And now, the scales have tilted. The blindfolds they forced upon themselves have fallen. The illusions they cherished are crumbling. And here you are, unwavering, calm in the storm of their panic, watching as their arrogance dissolves into the bitter taste of reality. You have seen this day in your mind, in your spirit, in the quiet moments when doubt tried to whisper, but you never let it speak loud enough to steer you away. You held firm, and now you are being vindicated. It is not just about proving them wrong. It is about the awakening inside you, the fierce, unshakable understanding that truth is a power that cannot be stolen or corrupted, only revealed. And the proof, they found it, and it exists because your persistence never faltered. Their pleas are hollow, their redemption seeking is faint, and their attempts to regain favor are meaningless, because the validation you sought is no longer external. It is a force inside of you, born from endurance, forged by every moment they tried to dismiss you. You are beyond the need for apologies, beyond the need for their understanding, because the proof has spoken, and the world knows it. And now, as they kneel in the shadows of their own mistakes, you rise in the brilliance of what has always been yours: clarity, power, truth. You see, the strongest moments of life are not the ones where we strike first, or dominate, or crush resistance. They're the moments where we wait, where patience becomes a blade, sharper than any anger, where silence becomes a weapon, and where belief in oneself becomes unshakable. And now, that moment is here, and it bears your name. You can feel it. The air has shifted. The balance has changed. The weight that was pressed upon you, the doubt, the whispers, the sneers. It is lifted. The universe has aligned in your favor, and there is a thrill in that, a dark, intoxicating power in witnessing the truth emerge and consume the lies. There is no gloating, no need for triumph in their eyes, only the quiet satisfaction that comes when the world finally sees what you have known all along. They are begging now, and you hold the proof. They are scrambling now, and you are the calm in the storm, the one who never wavered. You are the one whose mind was sharp, whose heart was patient, whose spirit remained untouchable. And this is the moment that defines you. It is a rare thing to be vindicated. It is a gift few are granted, and yet it is not luck. It is preparation. It is vision. It is unwavering focus. You have prepared for this, even when you didn't know it. Every hour of doubt, every sleepless night, every silent questioning, it was training. Every mockery, every dismissal, every shadow cast over your convictions, it was a sharpening stone. And tonight, as they come to you, it is not just their acknowledgement that matters. It is the recognition of your own strength, your own endurance, your own unbreakable spirit. They may seek redemption. They may seek forgiveness. They may even plead for your support. But you hold the power now. You are the arbiter of what happens next. You are the one who sees the truth clearly, the one whose insight cannot be shaken. And in that, there is a freedom that no apology can undo, a liberation that no plea can diminish. You are vindicated. You are powerful. And the world, whether they understand it or not, knows it too. They are coming now, trembling in the face of the truth they once thought they could hide. Every excuse they offer is thin, fragile, desperate. Every explanation is a threadbare attempt to stitch together the dignity they have lost. And yet, you watch with clarity, with a quiet, unshakable power, because you have known this moment was coming. You felt it in the hollow spaces where they tried to plant doubt. You sensed it in the cold silence when the world seemed indifferent to your struggle. You felt it in the quiet conviction that whispered, patience, endurance, truth. They cannot be denied. And now, the proof exists, tangible, undeniable, a testament to your perseverance. They are not walking into this moment with courage. They are crawling. They are kneeling. They are begging. And every plea only strengthens the fire inside you, because it is not your anger that defines this moment. It is your vindication, your clarity, your unwavering vision. For years, they tried to convince you that your instincts were flawed, that your perceptions were skewed, that you imagined patterns where there were none. They laughed at your persistence, mocked your determination, and hoped you would fall into silence, into the convenient resignation of those who were taught to doubt themselves. But you did not. You never did. And that is why you are here. That is why you hold the proof in your hands. That is why their pleas, their attempts to bend reality to their favor, are empty, meaningless gestures. They cannot erase the truth. They cannot rewrite the story. They cannot undo the clarity that has been etched into the world by your endurance. And now, when they turn to you, they are met not with wrath, not with vengeance, but with the unshakable power of someone who knows their own worth, who knows the weight of patience, and who understands that vindication is the quiet, unstoppable force that cannot be taken or denied. Do not mistake their desperation for humility. It is not. It is fear, raw and exposed, and in that fear, you find your strength. You have waited for this moment not to punish, but to witness, to recognize, to embrace the undeniable truth of your own vision. Their begging is a reflection of your steadfastness. Their pleading is the echo of the years they spent attempting to dismiss you. Their redemption is a gift they cannot give themselves, and one that you need not grant. You have earned something far greater than their forgiveness. You have earned clarity, insight, and the sweet, unshakable knowledge that your vision was true when all else seemed clouded by lies. You have endured in silence while they thrived on illusion, and now the silence breaks. And when the silence breaks, the world sees. And when the world sees, nothing they say or do can erase the vindication that is yours. There is a dark elegance in this moment, a beauty in the justice that unfolds not through anger, but through undeniable truth. It is not the loud proclamation that strikes the deepest chord. It is the quiet certainty that emerges after years of struggle, after every attempt to make you question yourself, after every shadow cast by those who sought to diminish you. You are the proof, in motion, in action, in calm confidence. They are the ones who crumble, who falter, who confront the limits of their own deceit. And in this reversal, there is power, there is satisfaction, there is a strength that no applause, no recognition, no validation from others could ever give you, because this strength comes from knowing the truth when it was buried, from standing firm when the world insisted you were wrong, and from witnessing the collapse of lies in the face of undeniable proof. And now, as they approach you, humbled, fearful, searching, you must embrace your own authority. You must understand that their plea is not your responsibility. You are not here to forgive, to console, or to soothe. You are here to witness, to recognize, and to stand in the unshakable certainty that comes from being right when all else doubted you. This is more than justice. This is the triumph of endurance, the victory of clarity, the overwhelming power of truth realized and undeniable. And as they beg, as they search for redemption in the hollow spaces of your patience, you must remain unmovable, because in that stillness, in that quiet dominance, lies the true power of vindication. Do not let their desperation shake you. Do not let their feigned humility distract you. Their pleas are weak, fragile, a desperate attempt to reconcile with a reality they never wanted to face. But you, who have walked through shadows, who have endured doubt, who have stood firm while others laughed, you are unshakable. You are the observer and the arbiter of this truth, and the weight of your clarity casts a shadow they cannot step out of. You have been tested, tried, and questioned. You have been dismissed, mocked, and silenced. And now, in this moment of vindication, every second of endurance, every ounce of patience, every flicker of belief that whispered in the darkness has culminated in this undeniable, breathtaking truth. They are busted, they are exposed, and you stand triumphant, calm, unshaken, the embodiment of a justice that is not imposed but revealed. And now, as you stand in this moment, feel it. Feel the gravity of what has been accomplished, the weight of every day spent in quiet resolve, the strength that comes from surviving the storm of disbelief and emerging not just unbroken, but towering. You see, vindication is not merely about proving someone else wrong. Vindication is about proving yourself right, proving your own vision valid, proving your own mind, your own instincts, your own courage worthy of respect, not from others, but from yourself. For years you walked through fire they believed would consume you. Every sneer, every insult, every quiet manipulation intended to shake your belief in your own eyes, your own senses, fell away like ash in the wind, leaving only the enduring ember of truth, burning brighter with each passing day. And tonight, that ember has become a blaze, consuming doubt, illuminating clarity, and exposing the emptiness of those who pretended power while hiding in shadows. They are scrambling now, desperate, frantic, caught in the sudden and undeniable reality of what they concealed. Watch them. Study the way they shift, the way their words falter, the way their eyes betray panic, even as their mouths attempt a graceful apology. They are broken not by your anger, not by your fury, but by the undeniable proof that exists outside their manipulation. And in that, there is a dark poetry, a justice that flows naturally from the universe, as if the cosmos itself has conspired to place you in the center of a moment they will never forget. Do not allow your own power to be rushed. Do not be drawn into the chaos of their fear. Stand firm. Let them come with their explanations, their excuses, their desperate attempts to reconcile. None of it matters. The truth you carried silently, faithfully, relentlessly has now been revealed, and it stands taller than any plea, stronger than any apology, more permanent than any redemption they might hope to seek. You are beyond their manipulation. You are beyond their influence. You are the unwavering pillar in a storm of their desperation. You may feel a strange thrill in this moment, a dark satisfaction not born of vengeance but of recognition. The recognition that your patience has paid, that your discernment has been correct, that your vision was never wrong. And as they kneel, as they falter, as they try to grasp for fragments of respect they once denied you, remember this: their pleas are a mirror reflecting the power you have always had. They are a signal that the world now sees what you always knew. And that is the ultimate triumph. Not simply the exposure of others, not simply the collapse of deception, but the internal recognition of your own unshakable strength. There is no force, no argument, no twisting of reality that can undo the clarity you have carved into existence. You are beyond manipulation. You are beyond false narratives. You are beyond the fragile ego of those who sought to define your reality for their own comfort. And that is freedom, pure and intoxicating, a force that cannot be denied. Do not mistake the stillness within you for passivity. This calm, this quiet authority is the mark of someone who has endured, survived, and emerged triumphant. They seek to unsettle you, to tempt you into reaction, to steal the equilibrium you have built through patience and unwavering belief. Do not grant it. Let their desperation rage against the walls of your unshakable confidence. Let their begging and pleading echo against the steel of your vindication. Every attempt they make to rewrite the narrative is met with a force far stronger. The undeniable truth, solid and immovable, verified by proof, validated by the universe itself, embodied in your endurance and calm. They cannot touch you. They cannot shake you. They cannot diminish the power of someone who has walked through doubt, through mockery, through relentless questioning, and emerged not just intact, but radiant in the undeniable reality of their vision. And now, when they look at you, trembling for validation, understand that what you see is not weakness. It is a reflection of your own power, mirrored in the collapse of their facade. They are desperate because they once had control, because they once believed they could define reality, and because they never anticipated the quiet, patient force of someone who refused to surrender to falsehood. And in this, there is a lesson that extends beyond them, beyond this moment, beyond even vindication itself. Strength is not loud. Strength is not impulsive. Strength is not reactive. Strength is built in the shadows, forged in isolation, nurtured in the quiet moments when doubt whispers, but faith prevails and emerges as a force that cannot be resisted when it is finally revealed. This is your strength. This is your power. This is your vindication, absolute, undeniable, eternal. Every fiber of your being knows this now. You have been tested in ways that few understand, questioned in ways that few endure, mocked in ways that could have destroyed a lesser spirit. And yet, here you are. The world may have doubted you. They may have laughed at your persistence. They may have whispered behind your back, painted you as irrational, imagined you to be weak. But the proof has shattered their illusions. Their pleading is evidence of your endurance. Their desperation is a testament to your insight. Their collapse is the shadow cast by the bright, undeniable light of truth that you carried. Even when all else tried to extinguish it, you are vindicated, and in that, you are free. Free from doubt, free from manipulation, free from the need for external approval, because your own certainty is sufficient, unassailable, and eternal. And as you embrace this moment, understand the weight of what it means. You are no longer just a witness to their collapse. You are a living testament to endurance, to patience, to unwavering belief in your own vision. You are a beacon of truth in a world that too often hides behind false narratives, a proof that clarity is stronger than deceit, that vigilance is stronger than manipulation, that endurance is stronger than cruelty. And in that, there is a power so immense, so intoxicating, that no plea, no apology, no attempt at redemption can ever diminish it. You are vindicated. They are exposed. The truth is yours, and nothing in the universe can take it away. And now, as the echoes of their pleas fade into the shadows, as their desperation reverberates against the walls of reality you have always seen clearly, feel the magnitude of this moment. It is not simply a victory over them. It is a victory over time, over doubt, over every whisper that tried to make you question your own mind. For years, you have walked through the corridors of uncertainty, where shadows threatened to blind you, where voices of ridicule tried to shatter your perception, where the weight of disbelief pressed against your chest with an almost unbearable force. And yet, you persisted. You held on to truth when the world demanded compromise. You trusted your vision when others sought to distort reality. You remained steadfast when silence seemed easier, safer, when submission seemed the path of least resistance. And now, the universe itself bends to honor that endurance. The proof has been revealed. The lies have been exposed. They are brought low, and you rise not as a conqueror, but as the embodiment of undeniable reality. Notice the shift around you. The air itself seems charged with the recognition of what has been achieved. There is a gravity to your presence now, a quiet force that compels acknowledgement, even from those who wish to hide in shadows. You are no longer questioning your worth. You are no longer doubting your instincts. You are no longer caught in the petty games of those who once sought to manipulate you. You are the axis upon which this moment turns. They are scrambling because they never understood that patience is a weapon sharper than any sword. That truth is a power more absolute than fear. That endurance is a strength that cannot be broken. And in their desperation, in their hollow pleas, you see reflected the very essence of what you have become: unshakable, unwavering, undeniable. You are vindicated. Understand this fully. This moment is not fleeting. It will echo in your life and in theirs forever. Every second of doubt, every hour of persistence, every night of sleepless observation, all of it has culminated in a revelation that cannot be erased. They may attempt to rebuild their reputation, to offer apologies, to seek forgiveness, but you know the deeper truth. Vindication is not something given, it is something claimed, and you have claimed it, not with anger, not with vindictiveness, not with cruelty, with patience, with clarity, with a vision so precise and unwavering that the collapse of deception was inevitable. You did not need to fight with fire to extinguish lies. You did not need to shout over their noise. Ah, silence, the most potent weapon of them all. No screams, no curses, no theatrics, just an empty void that speaks louder than any words ever could. It seeps into their bones, fills their minds, wraps around their hearts like a chilling fog, drowning every thought they ever had of you. They'll never understand it at first. They'll mistake it for indifference. They'll convince themselves that you're weak, that you're simply letting them off the hook because they don't have the capacity to grasp the magnitude of your restraint. But here's the truth. Silence is not weakness, it's power. And when you use it as your weapon, it becomes a force so devastating that it cannot be measured by any scale they have ever known. When you choose silence over revenge, when you choose to say nothing, instead of throwing words that burn like fire, you wield an energy that breaks them without leaving a single mark. You may think revenge is sweet. You may think that confronting them with your fury will somehow settle the score. But you're wrong. Revenge is petty. It's fleeting. It's a cheap thrill that leaves you empty. The satisfaction you think it brings is a mere illusion. It lasts only as long as the echo of your anger, and when it fades, you're left with nothing but the wreckage of your own soul. No, the real power lies not in retaliation, but in the quiet destruction of their minds as they try to comprehend the depth of your silence. When they expect a reaction, and they find none when they hope for an answer, and all they get is your unyielding stillness, that's when they'll begin to feel it. Slowly at first, then faster, as the weight of your silence crushes them. They'll second guess everything they did to you. They'll run over every word they ever spoke in your presence, every action they ever took, and they'll realize that their offenses have gone unacknowledged and there's nothing they can do to undo the damage they've done. They'll wonder if you've moved on, if you've forgiven them, or if it's something much worse, if your silence means you've seen the truth of who they really are and you no longer care to engage with them at all. It is in this silence that they will find themselves haunted. It will take root in their thoughts, gnawing at their sanity, dragging them into a place where their guilt becomes their prison. They'll replay the moments where they wronged you, trying to figure out what they could have said or done differently. But the answer will always elude them, because in the end there is no answer. You've chosen silence, not because you've lost your voice, but because you've found a more terrifying way to make them pay for their actions. The emptiness you leave behind will become the most painful sound they ever hear, a constant reminder that you no longer give them the time of day, that their existence in your world no longer matters. Imagine the toll it takes on them when they find themselves desperate for a sign from you, but all they receive is the cold abyss of your indifference. They will claw at the walls of their own minds, begging for you to speak, begging for you to show emotion, but you remain unmoved, and in this you become a force they cannot comprehend. You've given them no closure, no answers, no comfort, and in that uncertainty, they will crumble. Their hearts will grow heavy with regret. Their minds will become consumed with the question of what went wrong. And that's where the real pain lies, not in any action you take, but in the haunting absence of any response at all. They'll look for ways to justify their behavior, to rationalize their cruelty, but your silence will remain their biggest obstacle. There is no justification for your absence, no way to reason with it, no way to fill the void you've created. And in their search for meaning, they will find nothing. They will never know if you are truly unaffected, or if you're simply choosing to ignore them, because you know that they are not worth the energy it would take to even acknowledge them. The uncertainty will tear at their insides, gnawing away at their peace, until they are left with nothing but the shadow of their own regret. You don't need to raise a finger to make them suffer. You don't need to throw harsh words or make cruel gestures. All you need to do is nothing. Say nothing. And in that nothingness, you will find your power. The world may tell you that silence is weakness, but in reality it is strength of the highest order. You are not the one who is suffering. When you choose silence, they are. They are the ones who will waste away with the thought that perhaps you've moved on, or perhaps you've simply grown too wise to lower yourself to their level. They will question every interaction, every gesture they ever made, and they will never find the peace they are searching for. In their desperation to understand you, they will begin to question their own motives, their own intentions, and slowly, they will come to realize that they've built their entire existence around a lie. The lie that you could be broken by their actions, that you could be swayed by their words, and that realization will hurt them more than anything you could ever say to them. For when they face the truth of your silence, they will understand that you are not the one who needs them. They will know that your life goes on without them, without their apology, without their understanding, and without their presence. And in that knowledge, they will suffer a pain that cannot be healed by time or words. What they don't understand is that silence is not just the absence of noise, it is a deliberate act of disengagement. It is not that you don't have the capacity to speak, it is that you choose not to. You choose to withhold your energy because they are not worth it. You choose to hold your tongue because you know that nothing you could say would ever be enough to undo the damage they've done. And in this knowing, you become untouchable. The more they reach for you, the more they chase after answers, the more they try to provoke a response, the further away you become. You are a moving target they can never reach, and this drives them mad. You don't need to lower yourself to their level to make them understand. You don't need to become like them to prove a point. No, your silence speaks volumes louder than any words ever could. They will feel it in their gut. They will hear it in the way your absence echoes through their life, and they will know that they have been forgotten. Forgotten, not in the way that they hoped you would forget them, but in the way that you have chosen to move on without them. That's the true punishment for those who wrong you. It's not in seeking vengeance or retribution. It's in choosing to leave them in the darkness of your silence and letting them wonder for the rest of their lives if they will ever be able to earn their place in your world again. In the silence you hold lies the ultimate power to make them question their worth, to make them wonder if they were ever truly important to you, or if they were just another distraction in your life. They will wonder what they did wrong, how they fell from your grace, and they will search for an answer that will never come. And this is where the cruelty lies. Because no matter how many times they look to the past, no matter how many times they replay their mistakes, no matter how many times they beg for forgiveness, the silence will remain. And with that silence comes a kind of death that no one can escape. And while they rot in the hell of their own guilt, you will be free. You will have moved on to a place where their presence no longer matters, where their actions no longer affect you. Your life will go on without them, and you will become stronger for it. You will carry the weight of your silence with pride, because you will know that it is the ultimate form of strength. In choosing to withhold your energy from them, you have shown them that they no longer hold any power over you, and that is a power they can never take from you. So do not waste your time on revenge. Do not waste your energy on making them feel the same pain they caused you. No, your silence will do that for you. It will hurt them more than any word ever could. It will haunt them more than any action ever would. And in the end, it will be the only thing that truly matters. Because when you choose silence, you are choosing your own peace, your own strength, your own power. And that is the most devastating thing of all. For in the quiet of your absence, you become an enigma, a figure that is at once distant and untouchable. The very mystery you create by not reacting, by choosing to remain silent, slowly consumes them from within. They will search for you, seek answers in their every thought, and yet will never find you. And what is more unbearable than being haunted by the ghost of someone who will not acknowledge your existence? They will grasp at the fragments of their memories, desperately trying to rebuild the connection that once was. But your silence will only confirm what they feared most. They have lost you, not because you were lost to them, but because they drove you away without even realizing it. They never thought you could walk away, but you did. And in that walk, you showed them a truth they cannot fathom. You are not someone who needs to be dragged into conflict. You are not someone who needs to be put on display for their amusement or cruelty. You are someone who understands their worth and has chosen to walk away from anything that no longer serves your peace. You see, people often mistake silence for weakness because they misunderstand its true purpose. They think that when you are quiet, you are broken, that you are somehow incapable of defending yourself or expressing your pain. But that is far from the truth. Silence is a conscious decision, a deliberate act of power that requires strength most people do not understand. In silence, you are not speaking to them, but to yourself. You are telling yourself that you are worth more than the turmoil they bring. You are reminding yourself that your worth does not depend on the validation of others. You are giving yourself the gift of peace, the peace that comes with knowing you no longer need to engage with those who cannot understand your value. It is not a weakness to protect your own peace. It is wisdom. It is a recognition that some battles are not worth fighting, and some people are not worth your time. The silence you choose is not for them, it is for you. They will try to make sense of it. They will struggle to comprehend how you could be so unaffected, so distant, and it will gnaw at their minds. They will second guess every word, every action, every look that they ever gave you, and they will never find the answer because the truth is simple. You have chosen to stop letting them occupy space in your life. And it is in this decision, in this profound act of self-respect, that they will find the most excruciating kind of pain. The pain that comes not from confrontation, not from a fight, but from the realization that they are no longer part of your world. They are no longer someone you care enough to engage with. The silence becomes a monument to their failure. It is a mirror that reflects their shortcomings and exposes their cruelty. It is a punishment that does not need to be enforced because it is self-inflicted. What makes silence so powerful is its ability to speak volumes without uttering a single word. Words are fleeting. They can be misunderstood, they can be twisted, and they can be used against you. But silence is infallible. It cannot be misinterpreted, it cannot be manipulated, and it cannot be taken back. Once you choose silence, you've made a statement that stands for itself. And what's even more terrifying for those who've wronged you is the fact that they will never be able to undo what they have done. They will never be able to reverse the decision you made to remove them from your life. And no matter how many times they try to apologize, no matter how many times they beg for forgiveness, the silence will persist. It will be a constant reminder that they had their chance and they squandered it. They will try to fill the silence with noise, but their words will never reach you because you have already decided that they no longer deserve the space in your life. You have already decided that their actions are not worth your response. In your silence, you have taken back control. You have shown them that you no longer need to react to their provocations or their cruelty. You are not at the mercy of their behavior, and you never were. The silence becomes a fortress, a boundary that they cannot cross, and it is this boundary that inflicts the most pain upon them. They will try to tear down the walls you have built, but with each failed attempt, they will only entrench themselves further in their own guilt. And the more they try to tear at the silence, the more they will expose the depth of their own weakness. For in truth, it is not you who suffers from the silence. It is them. It is their need for your validation, their need for your forgiveness, their need for you to acknowledge them that causes their suffering. They will spend their nights wondering why you no longer care, wondering why you no longer reach out, and they will never know that it is because you have grown stronger, wiser, and more aware of your own worth. You don't need to seek revenge because your silence will be the most devastating thing they could ever experience. You don't need to confront them because your silence will force them to confront themselves. They will have no choice but to sit with the reality of their own actions and realize that they have lost something they will never get back. And this realization, this truth, will eat at them from the inside out. They will replay every word, every action, every moment, hoping that somehow they can find a way to make it right. But there will be no way to make it right, because in the end, their apology will mean nothing to you. Your silence is the answer they will never receive, and it is this absence that will wound them more than anything else. They may try to move on, they may try to forget you, but they won't be able to. The silence you leave behind will follow them like a shadow, a constant reminder of what they lost. And the more they try to fill the void with distractions, the more they will realize that nothing can replace what you offered. You were not just someone in their life, you were someone who showed them what it meant to be respected, to be valued, and to be treated with kindness. And when you walk away, when you choose silence, you are telling them that they will never experience that from you again, and that is a punishment they will never escape. The beauty of silence is that it forces them to face their own consequences without you ever having to lift a finger. They will realize that the only person they need to answer to is themselves. And when they do, they will understand just how badly they've failed. And as they try to piece together the shattered remains of their understanding of you, they will realize that no amount of words, no amount of apology, no amount of explanation will ever undo the damage they have caused. They will realize that you have moved on, you have left them behind, and they will never be able to catch up. The truth is, they may never truly understand what your silence means. They may never grasp the depth of your strength, the power in your restraint. They may spend their entire lives chasing after answers, trying to figure out why you chose to cut them off, why you chose not to react. But in the end, the answer will always elude them. Because the answer is simple. You didn't need to react. You didn't need to make them feel the pain they caused you. Your silence was the response. Your silence was the lesson. And your silence was the ultimate form of revenge. You see, what they never understood, what they failed to grasp, was that in your silence, you were not just avoiding confrontation. You were not shrinking away from the challenge, nor were you simply too broken to speak. No, in that silence, you were making a statement, a declaration of your strength, your control, and your understanding of their insignificance in your life. They expected to see the anger, the frustration, the retaliation that they perhaps thought they deserved, but instead, they were met with the coldness of your quiet resolve. It was in this silence that they came to realize that they were not the center of your world, that their actions had no power over you, and that in fact, their cruelty had only reinforced your conviction to walk away from them. Revenge is often thought of in terms of grand gestures, of dramatic acts that display your power over someone else. People imagine revenge to be loud, visible, something that can be witnessed, something that can be felt. But what they don't understand is the true revenge, if you even care to call it that, is not about inflating your ego or proving a point. It's about withdrawal. It's about removing yourself so completely from their life that your absence becomes a punishment far worse than anything they could have anticipated. You didn't need to yell at them. You didn't need to curse them or plot your revenge. Your silence was a mirror, reflecting everything they had done to you, and more importantly, everything they had failed to do. Your silence told them that they were no longer worthy of your time, your energy, or your attention. And the emptiness they now faced in your absence was far more haunting than any confrontation could have been. They will try to fill that void. They will reach out. They will come up with excuses. They will attempt to reopen communication, but none of it will matter. They will fail to see that you have moved on, not just from them, but from the need for validation, from the need for an explanation, from the need for their apology. The silence you left behind will be deafening in its finality. Every message left unanswered, every phone call ignored, every attempt at regaining what was once a connection will only deepen their sense of isolation, and in their confusion, in their desperate search for a way to bridge the gap between you and them, they will begin to crumble. This is where the true power of silence lies. It's not about them understanding you or acknowledging your hurt. It's not about them feeling guilty in the way you want them to. It's about their complete inability to control the situation. The power dynamic is shifted. You are no longer at their mercy. The tables have turned and you hold the upper hand. You have already decided that they are not worthy of your words, your energy, or your time. And as they struggle to grasp this truth, they will become undone by their own guilt and regret. What people fail to recognize is that they are often motivated by the need for closure. They want the last word. They want to feel that no matter how badly they've treated you, they can explain themselves, or at least offer a weak apology to make themselves feel better. But in your silence, you've denied them this. You've taken away the possibility for them to smooth things over. And this lack of closure, this unfinished business, becomes a burden they must carry with them. The questions will haunt them. Why didn't they respond? What did I do to deserve this? Did I ever really matter to them? And in their attempt to answer those questions, they will realize that the truth is too painful to face. It was never about them. It was never about their need to feel validated or their need to make things right. It was about you taking back your power, refusing to allow their actions to define your emotions any longer. It's important to understand that this is not about revenge in the traditional sense. It's not about making them suffer for the wrongs they've done to you. It's about making them face the consequences of their own actions. They will never have the satisfaction of hearing you call them out for the hurt they caused. They will never get the closure they seek, because that closure lies entirely in your hands. You have chosen to end the cycle, to stop giving them the space to manipulate your feelings, to stop allowing them to take up precious room in your heart. The silence becomes the space you've carved for yourself to heal, to grow, and to reclaim your life from their toxic influence. This is where their weakness becomes apparent. They think they can control the narrative. They think they can shape how you respond to them. But in your silence, they lose all control. They become small. They become insignificant. They are left with nothing but their own guilt and regret, and they can do nothing to fix it. They will try to talk their way out of it. They will try to twist the situation in their favor, but it will be of no use. The silence you maintain is not just the absence of words. It is the presence of power, the presence of choice, and that is something they can never take from you. The beauty of this silent revenge is that it leaves no room for retaliation. There is no action for them to counter. There are no words to argue with. All they are left with is themselves, with the truth of their actions, and with the awareness that they will never be able to undo the damage they've done. And when that realization hits, it is a death of sorts. A death not of the body, but of the ego. They will feel small. They will feel insignificant. And as they try to understand why you've disappeared from their life, they will begin to see just how much they've lost. The power they once thought they had over you is gone, and they will never be able to regain it. What makes silence such a devastating weapon is that it forces them to reckon with their own conscience. In your silence, they are not given the opportunity to justify their behavior. They are not given the chance to explain their actions away. There is no defense to be made when silence is your answer. And as the days, weeks, and months pass, the realization will continue to sink in. They will replay the events in their mind, searching for clues, searching for answers, but they will never find them. Because the only answer they need is the silence that continues to surround them. And with this silence, you find freedom. You are not bound by their need for resolution, by their expectations, or by their constant attempts to pull you back into their web. You are free because you have broken the cycle. You have chosen to stop engaging in their chaos. You have chosen to stop giving them the power to affect you. And in doing so, you take back control of your own narrative. You are no longer defined by their actions. You are defined by your own strength, by your own resilience, by your own ability to move on and thrive without them. So, to anyone who believes that revenge must be loud, must be seen, must be filled with fury and rage, you have shown them the ultimate truth. Silence is the most profound form of strength, the most devastating form of vengeance. And in your silence, you become untouchable, unbreakable, and free. In the end, silence is not just the absence of sound, it is the presence of power, strength, and self-respect. When you choose silence over revenge, you take control of your narrative and refuse to be bound by the actions of others. Your silence becomes a reflection of your inner peace and your unwavering strength. It forces those who wronged you to confront their own guilt and regret, and it leaves them with nothing but the weight of their own mistakes. The most devastating revenge is not in seeking to hurt them back, but in simply walking away and letting your silence speak louder than any words ever could. In that silence, you find your freedom, your peace, and your power.
Boom. You sitting there scrolling, thinking your actions are small? Oh, nah, not today. Your kindness, your patience, your quiet grind is about to explode. You don't even realize it. But the universe is watching, and the impact, insane. Imagine this. You, just being you, living life, helping, giving, saving smiles, easing struggles, unknowingly, unknowingly, saved a billionaire. Oh, they never saw it coming, but you held the power. Silent, unstoppable, untouchable. Yeah, you've been overlooked, ignored, underestimated, dismissed, but the stage is set, the ledger is ready, and the moment? It's about to hit, like fire. Every small act you thought meaningless is now the reason fortunes survive, empires thrive, and worlds shift. They mock your softness because they cannot see the blade hidden in it. You've moved through life like a shadow, unnoticed, dismissed, and underestimated. Oh, they watch you, scoff at your generosity, whisper behind your back, labeling your quiet gestures as weakness. Yeah, weakness. How convenient it is for them to think that kindness is a currency of the naive. But here's the brutal truth. The smallest, quietest act of goodness has a weight they can never measure. And the universe, oh, it notices. It never forgets. It collects. It waits. Every word you've spoken, every hand you've extended without expectation, every glance of compassion given in silence, it's not lost. Nah, it's waiting, lurking in the folds of fate. Like a predator lying in stillness, it grows stronger with every moment they laugh at you. The world may never see it. They may never acknowledge it. But what they fail to understand is that power is not always loud. Sometimes power breathes quietly, building momentum in the shadows until it explodes. You've probably forgotten the faces you've helped, the small crises you've calmed, the struggles you've eased without anyone noticing. Oh, the irony is delicious. You think you act in vain, yet you've been tilting the scales of destiny with invisible hands. That gesture, the one you thought meaningless, has a ripple effect reaching far beyond your imagination. Far beyond the street corners where you gave hope, the offices where you offered encouragement, the quiet corners where you lent strength to someone too timid to ask. And somewhere in a world removed from your everyday life, one of those ripples is about to become a tidal wave. Yes, you, the quiet observer, the unnoticed helper, the silent warrior of integrity. You are about to see the result of your patience, your discipline, your unwavering adherence to what is right, even when no one else cared. They never knew, they never saw, they never thanked. But that doesn't matter. The universe keeps a ledger, and it is meticulous. It does not forgive mistakes, but it rewards consistency. And your kindness, your selfless, patient, unnoticed kindness, has unknowingly saved a life that the world labels untouchable, a man who controls fortunes, power, empires. Oh, the irony again. You might be thinking, how could I, so ordinary, have such impact? Yeah, it's precisely because you were ordinary that your actions were extraordinary. You acted without expectation. You gave without demand. You lifted without seeking glory. And in doing so, you became indispensable. The billionaire, the mogul, the untouchable, survived, flourished, and thrived because of you. Not because you chased it, not because you wanted it, but because you were true. And now, the stage is set. The ledger is ready to balance. The silent power you nurtured is about to reveal itself. The unseen force you built with every small act is about to knock on the door of the world's most untouchable life. Are you ready to see the invisible become undeniable? No one notices the quiet hands until the consequences arrive. Oh, the irony is thicker than the walls they hide behind. You thought your actions were invisible? You thought your kindness vanished into the void? Nah, the ledger never forgets. Every small gesture, every moment you spared from judgment or impatience, every unrecorded act of integrity, it accumulates, it waits, it watches. And now the accumulation is ready to strike with precision. Every time you gave without demand, every time you spoke the truth when deception surrounded you, every time you shielded someone from disaster without taking credit, it was a deposit in a bank that only the universe manages. Wow, isn't it delicious how life doesn't need witnesses to reward the patient? The world may laugh at your humility, but the ledger counts in silence, and it always balances. Always. You don't see it. You can't see the billionaire, whose empire teeters on decisions you unknowingly influenced. You don't know the chain reaction you set off when you offered advice to someone seemingly insignificant, when you showed patience where chaos reigned, when you extended trust where no one dared. Yeah, that tiny spark of action dismissed by the world as trivial has kept an entire empire alive. Think about that. Just think. Patience has a currency. Integrity has a weight. And your subtle actions, unseen, have amassed a force so powerful it cannot be ignored. Nah, it cannot be ignored. Every seemingly meaningless choice you made has brought you to this precise moment. And it's funny, isn't it? The man you unknowingly saved will never know the depths of your sacrifice, the magnitude of your influence. Not yet, but the impact is there. Oh, it hums in the air, vibrating beneath the surface, waiting for the right instant to reveal itself. Imagine the scene: chaos, threatening to dismantle an empire. Decisions hang by threads, fortunes poised on failure. And behind the curtain, a quiet influence, your influence, shaping outcomes that no one can trace, no one can explain. Oh, wow. Isn't it insane that the world's richest, most powerful figures owe their survival to actions they'll never see? Yet here you are, unrecognized but indispensable, invisible but eternal in effect. The ledger doesn't forgive negligence. It doesn't reward laziness. It honors consistency, patience, and moral courage. And you've been perfect in its eyes. Every unnoticed act, every silent effort, every selfless intervention, it has prepared a stage for the inevitable. Recognition so overwhelming, so precise, it will shatter their assumptions about the world and your place in it. Yeah, it's coming. And it won't wait for applause. So now, as you breathe in the quiet calm of unacknowledged effort, understand this: what you see as invisibility is power. What you see as insignificance is influence. What you believe is forgetfulness is preparation. The billionaire, the mogul, the untouchable will realize one day with a shock that rattles their bones that you are the reason they endure, the reason they thrive. And when they find you, when the invisible becomes undeniable, will you recognize your own power? The truth doesn't knock politely. It crashes through the walls you thought protected you. Oh, can you feel it? That shiver running up your spine? That electricity in the air that whispers something is about to shift? Yeah, this is it. The moment when invisibility gives way to inevitability. When the quiet deeds you buried beneath everyday life erupt into recognition so intense it cannot be ignored. This isn't luck. This isn't chance. This is the result of relentless patience, of choices made in the shadows, of integrity practiced when no one watched. Nah. Don't let anyone tell you that unseen efforts are wasted. They're not. They are the backbone of every empire, every victory, every survival story. And somewhere across an unseen distance, the billionaire, the untouchable, the one the world assumes unstoppable, has reached a precipice. Decisions hang in the balance. Chaos claws at the edges, and the solution lies in your quiet, disciplined influence. Oh wow. Isn't it wild that one ordinary person could hold the key to a life no one dares touch? He doesn't know you. He cannot see the small moments, the tiny nudges, the words or gestures that prevented disaster. Yet every choice he makes, every move that keeps him on top, every breath of relief is because of you. And the realization will hit him like a storm. One day, it will. One day, the empire he built, the life he's so careful to control, will reveal a fracture he never anticipated. The fracture is gratitude, recognition, shock, and at the center of it, standing quietly, invisible but undeniable, is you. Imagine the scene. Yeah. A man surrounded by wealth, by influence, by countless advisors and analysts, suddenly realizing that the foundation of his survival was not strategy, not calculation, but an act of kindness he never witnessed. Oh, the impact of that moment will ripple through his world. panic, awe, disbelief, all colliding, and you, calm, composed, unchanged, will watch as the invisible threads you wove finally hold the weight of the world. It's intoxicating, isn't it? To know that everything the world values, money, power, control, could bend to your quiet, patient acts. The irony is delicious. Nah, the universe has a way of honoring consistency, moral courage, and unyielding integrity. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't ask for applause. But when the awakening comes, it will be undeniable. The billionaire, the mogul, the untouchable will feel it in the marrow of his bones, and the realization will not be gentle. It will strike, and it will change everything. And you? You will stand at the center of that storm, not because you demanded it, not because you sought it, but because you lived it. Every unnoticed effort, every quiet intervention, every act of patience, it has led to this crescendo. And the world will see you, not yet fully, but enough to understand that your power was never measured by recognition, only by results. When the invisible becomes undeniable, will you bend under the weight, or will you rise even taller? Even the strongest fortress can crumble from the quietest breach. Oh, feel that tension in the air, vibrating like electricity before the storm strikes. The invisible is no longer hidden. The acts you thought meaningless are now pulling the world's attention like a magnet. Yeah, recognition isn't gentle. It doesn't tiptoe. It hits. It rattles every expectation, shatters every assumption. And you are the epicenter. Nah, don't underestimate what's coming. The billionaire, the one whose life and empire teetered on decisions you quietly influenced, is about to see the invisible thread that held it all together. Every small act you performed, every word of guidance, every gesture unnoticed, is about to transform into undeniable power. And he will realize nothing he built, nothing he accumulated, would exist without that subtle, silent force. Wow, isn't it astonishing how the world misjudges patience and integrity until they become unstoppable? The surge of acknowledgement will be overwhelming. Titles, privileges, influence, all will be offered to you. They will attempt to measure your value with gold, with applause, with the recognition the world holds sacred. But here's the truth. Your power has never been measured by what others can see. Your influence has always existed in the quiet, in the unseen, in the moments when the world didn't notice. That is why it cannot be contained, cannot be limited, cannot be stolen. Oh, can you imagine the shock? The man, untouchable in his routines, powerful in every room, suddenly discovering that his survival and triumph hinged on your silent, patient courage? The irony is delicious. His empire, his plans, his fortune, all tethered to the choices of someone he never considered significant. And you stand, unchanged, calm, untethered by expectation, because you always acted from principle, never reward. Yeah, the real weight comes now. Recognition is not just about acknowledgement. It's about testing your response. Will you bend under the glittering pressure, or will you rise higher, untouched, proving that true influence comes from patience, integrity, and selfless courage? The stakes are higher than money, higher than privilege. This is about legacy, about proving that quiet consistency can outlast chaos, outlast greed, outlast every claim the world makes about power. And it will come. The billionaire will look at you, he will measure you, he will try to offer you control, wealth, or access, thinking he can repay what he barely comprehends. But you will see that the reward is not in what he offers. The reward is in knowing that your influence is untouchable, that your patience has reshaped reality, that your quiet acts have determined the course of a life and a world. Wow. Don't blink. Don't underestimate the moment. The ripple you created will hit with the force of a storm. And when he finally grasps the truth, when the invisible thread is revealed, you will understand that recognition is only a shadow of what you already hold, unyielding, unstoppable, undeniable power. And as the world bends to acknowledge the unseen, what will you do with the influence you never sought but have always earned? History remembers the loud, but it immortalizes the silent. Oh, feel it now. That pulse in your chest, that moment when the invisible finally asserts itself. The world will bend its head, stare, whisper, and still, it won't fully grasp what you've done. Nah, they never truly will. They see only fragments, flashes, pieces of the storm you've quietly commanded. But you know. You've always known. Every unacknowledged act, every patient gesture, every choice to do what's right without applause, it has built something untouchable. Yeah, the billionaire, the mogul, the untouchable will finally realize that their empire, their wealth, their life itself is a consequence of your quiet integrity. The moment of recognition will hit like fire, shock, awe, disbelief. He will scramble to understand how someone so unassuming shaped the course of a life and a fortune. And the answer is simple. You didn't seek power. You didn't chase influence. You acted from principle. You acted from patience. You acted because it was right, not because it was profitable. Oh wow. The elegance of that truth is a weapon sharper than any sword. Every ripple you created in silence has become a wave. Every small act of selfless courage, every gentle nudge, every whisper of support has converged to this instant. And now the recognition is not the point. No, the point is the proof. Influence exists where integrity resides. Power grows in patience. Impact rises from quiet courage. Nah, money, titles and fame are temporary. Your legacy, the one you've been shaping in shadows, is permanent, unstoppable, undeniable. You will see it in his eyes. The realization that the survival of an empire, the triumph over chaos, rested in your hands, and the world watching will murmur. They will wonder how someone so unnoticed could hold such force, and you will smile, quietly, calmly, because you've always known the truth. The unseen is stronger than the visible, the patient stronger than the impulsive, the silent stronger than the loud. Oh, the universe has a strange sense of balance. It doesn't reward greed. It doesn't exalt deception. It elevates those who act with consistency, integrity, and courage when no one is watching. And you have been perfect in that rhythm. You have been the invisible architect of survival, the quiet hand steering the course of a life no one thought depended on anyone else. Yeah? Now as recognition arrives, as the invisible becomes undeniable, the question remains, what will you do with this power, this proof, this inevitable acknowledgement? Will you bend beneath its weight? Will you let it corrupt? Or will you rise, unshaken, as the embodiment of what you've always been, untouchable, patient, disciplined, and fundamentally unstoppable? The answer will define the echo of your influence for every life your actions have touched. Oh wow. Take a deep breath. Look at what you've achieved without seeking it. The billionaire survives, the empire thrives, and the world will whisper your name in awe, even if it cannot comprehend you fully. Nah, you don't need it to understand your own worth. Your worth has always been visible to the ledger of reality, even when no one else noticed. Your kindness has changed the course of a life. Your patience has reshaped the world. And now, the legacy of your unseen virtue will speak louder than any fortune, any throne, any crown. And there it is. Yeah, the truth you didn't even know you held. Your kindness, your patience, your quiet power just changed a life. Oh wow. Can you feel it? The impact? Unstoppable, undeniable, untouchable. Remember this? It's not about being seen. It's about being consistent, being real, being unshaken. And today the universe noticed you. Yeah, you, the silent hero, the one who never asked for glory, just did what was right. And the results? Monumental. So, shout it loud, leave a comment, drop that super thanks, pay tribute to yourself and the invisible efforts you've carried, because the world may not always see, but we see you. Oh, nah. Don't stop now. Keep that energy, keep that power, and keep showing the world that kindness is the ultimate weapon. This is your legacy, your moment, your unstoppable force. Remember it, live it, own it, because your kindness is about to pay off big time. Hello. Ever felt your world crumble in silence? Ever wondered why nobody handed you the bandages? Why are you bleeding in shadows? Ignored, dismissed. They've caged your energy, shackled your potential, laughed, but listen. This isn't weakness, it's the spark. The fracture in your reality is the first breath of freedom. Do you feel it? The rage, the frustration, the fire simmering inside? They tried to shrink you, control you, silence you. Blink once, and the curse shatters forever. Every expectation, every invisible chain, every sly manipulation falls. And now, chaos is your ally, darkness is your weapon, ready to unhex yourself and rise, untouchable, unstoppable, laughing. Ever felt your reality fracture, and no one handed you the bandages? You're bleeding in silence, while they sip their latte and smile. They've built their walls around you, high, unyielding, invisible, and laughed when you tried to climb. Every expectation, every you should, every whisper of doubt, it wasn't yours, it was theirs. Pressed onto you like a chokehold you didn't ask for. But listen, the fracture isn't weakness. It's the crack in the cage. It's your first breath of freedom. They taught you fear. Fear of failing. Fear of speaking. Fear of looking too hard, digging too deep, wanting too much. But fear is a joke. A joke you're about to write the punchline for. Every step they chained you, every glance they dismissed, every sneer that whispered you can't. It's fuel, your rage, your frustration, your quiet fury. These are the keys they never gave you. And you're learning how to turn them into wings. They think you need permission to move, to rise, to see, to strike, to blink. Blink, and everything changes. Blink, and the hex shatters. They've hidden the control in plain sight, thinking you'd never notice. Every manipulation, every gaslight, every subtle shove toward mediocrity, poof, gone. Just like that. Blink, and the cage dissolves. The world thought it could script your life, but the pen is in your hands now, dripping ink of chaos. Do you hear it? The silence between their rules, the emptiness where approval used to echo, that's your battlefield. That's where power waits. Not in their praise, not in their applause, not in the comfort they sell, but in the void they leave behind. The space they didn't think you'd fill. Fill it. Fill it with fire. Fill it with laughter that cracks ceilings and breaks mirrors. Fill it with a hunger they'll never understand. And oh, the thrill of it. The delicious, terrifying thrill of realizing the world didn't owe you safety, didn't owe you guidance, didn't owe you clarity. Everything was a riddle wrapped in chains, and they assumed you'd stay puzzled. But you're not puzzled. You're awake. Awake in the dark, awake in the chaos, awake in the very moment that unravels their plan. And the best part? They'll never see it coming. You never do. It just hits. Sudden, relentless. The fracture becomes the forge. The cage becomes the canvas. Your energy, stolen, diminished, mocked, is now raw, hot, electric. Every suppressed scream, every ignored plea, every invisible shove, it's fuel. And you're the spark. Blink once, and the spell unravels. Blink once, and the quiet rebellion becomes a roar. Blink, and the world finally has to answer to you. One flicker of your eye, and the curse shatters. Just like that. The chains they wrapped around you, invisible, suffocating, meaningless, they snap. They thought control was theirs to keep. They laughed while you fumbled in the dark. But one blink, one single, effortless beat of awareness, and the table flips. Suddenly, the predator becomes the prey, and you're grinning in the shadows. They sold you the lie that power is earned over years, that patience and obedience were the keys, that silence would keep you safe. But power isn't polite. Power isn't earned. It's seized in a heartbeat, a fraction of a second, a blink. They never told you that all their rules, all their manipulation, all their expectations could dissolve with the slightest refusal to obey. And oh, the sweet chaos when you finally see it. Every moment you spent doubting yourself, feeling small, feeling trapped, was a rehearsal. They thought you were broken. They thought you were a puppet. They were wrong. Because in this tiny act, in this flicker of your eye, the script rewrites itself. The world is suddenly unstable, trembling under your awareness. Every whispered insult, every sneer, every shadow of doubt now bends to your perception. Blink and watch them panic. They're used to predictability. They're used to fear. They're used to control. But you've unlocked a frequency they can't hear, a rhythm they can't follow. You're untouchable, unbound, untraceable. The frustration that once clung to your chest dissolves into exhilaration. Every suppressed instinct, every buried rage, every hidden spark ignites. And it's delicious. Delicious because it's unfair. Delicious because they never imagined you would notice. They never imagined that liberation could be instantaneous. That a single blink could unmask the illusion they spent lifetimes building. That's the power of awareness, of presence, of daring to see clearly when the world begged you to look away. Now, feel it. The tremor of the cage breaking, the thrill of instant revolt, the intoxicating taste of control returning to your hands. Blink once, and they lose. Blink once, and everything shifts. And oh my friend, they'll never forgive you for it. They told you to fear your shadow, but it's your only ally. Every flicker of doubt, every pulse of anger, every silent scream, they told you to bury it, to hide it, to be normal. But the truth? That darkness is your power. That suppressed rage is fuel. That fear is a map. That self-doubt is a lens. Look closer, and you'll see it isn't breaking you. It's shaping you. Pain whispers secrets. The world refuses to tell. Every betrayal, every slight, every cold shoulder is a lesson carved into your bones. Embrace it. Let it crawl under your skin, coat your marrow, and seep into your mind. The moment you stop fighting the dark within, it stops fighting you. It stops being a cage. It becomes a weapon, honed sharp by every hurt, every insult, every moment they tried to erase you. Do you feel it? That tremor when fear meets defiance? That crackle of rage under control? That is your shadow flexing. That is your mind learning its limits and then laughing at them. Take your chaos and bend it, twist it. Let it become rhythm, strategy, momentum. Every heartbeat of anger becomes precision. Every pulse of pain becomes focus. Every echo of doubt becomes insight. Stop hiding. Stop apologizing for the fire inside. Let your shadow move with you. Let it guide your steps. Let it sharpen your thoughts. Armor isn't built from comfort. Armor isn't given. It is forged in the dark, hammered by solitude, by scars, by nights when the world slept and you screamed into the void. That armor makes you unstoppable. Every step forward is a challenge to the world that underestimated you. Every blink of defiance is a slap to the ones who thought they could cage you. Every shadow you embrace becomes another layer of dominance, another proof that weakness was never an option. You are your own storm. You are your own fortress. And when the world trembles at your clarity, when their hands grasp at illusions that no longer exist, remember this: your shadow is not your enemy. It is your army. It is your counsel. It is your whisper in the chaos, saying, yes, you can. Yes, you will. Yes, they will never see this coming. When everything crumbles, the cunning rebuilds from ashes and laughs. They think destruction is the end. They think chaos is weakness. But you know better. Chaos is the playground. Chaos is the forge. Chaos is the only honest thing in a world obsessed with pretense. Every betrayal, every collapse, every sudden twist, they are not obstacles. They are invitations. Invitations to rise, to twist, to strike with clarity no one else possesses. Look around. The world is unstable. Always has been. Always will be. So why pretend otherwise? Lean into it. Drink it in. Let uncertainty fuel your mind. Let the randomness sharpen your instincts. Mental exercises aren't meditation, they're experiments. Visualize the collapse. Anticipate the betrayal. Laugh at the absurdity of control. Every setback is a rehearsal. Every shock is rehearsal for dominance. Every unexpected blow is a spark. Unpredictability is your weapon. Audacity is your shield. The world expects hesitation, fear, compliance. Give it none. Flip scripts. Change tempo. Speak nonsense that makes sense only to you. Move where they cannot follow. Strike when they aren't looking. Laugh when they panic. Confidence isn't a shield for the timid, it's a sword for the brave. And oh, the thrill of wielding it in chaos, unmatched. Breathe in the disorder. Let it rattle your bones. Let it awaken the cunning you buried under politeness and expectation. When others fold their rules into paper planes and set them aflame. Let the ashes mark your path. Every misstep, every rupture in their world becomes a stepping stone. Step carefully, but step wildly. Step with intention, but with reckless audacity. The mind that thrives in disorder sees opportunity where others see doom. It maps patterns in madness. It finds rhythm in disruption. It cultivates humor in calamity. It dances while the walls fall, because walls are illusions. They always were. And in your dance, every watcher becomes prey. Every doubter becomes lesson. Every adversary becomes fuel. Chaos is not your enemy. It is your mentor, your confidant, your playground. When the world fears collapse, you embrace it. When they mourn betrayal, you laugh. When they panic at uncertainty, you smile because you have already won. And that, my friend, that is the most exquisite power of all. They sold you the lie that controlling them makes you strong. That pulling strings, twisting words, bending wills, that's power. But real strength, real power, isn't about them. It's about you. Every rule they preached, every hierarchy they flaunted, every expectation they shoved down your throat was a chain disguised as guidance. And oh, how beautifully you wore it without noticing. Until now, society whispers, follow this, obey that, fit in, or fail. Authority shouts, submit, comply, conform. Judgment hovers like vultures over every choice you dare to make. They craft prisons from invisible bars, and you applaud them for the view. They told you it was security. They told you it was respect. Lies. It was control. Pure, delicious, suffocating control. And you bought it. Hook, line, and soul. The cage isn't outside. It's inside. It's in your hesitation, your need for approval, your fear of being wrong, your belief that their perception defines your worth. Once you see it, really see it, it crumbles. And the freedom that waits on the other side is blinding. Blinding because it's raw, because it's yours, because no one can take it, because no one can touch it, because it has always been waiting under your own skin. Autonomy begins with reclaiming your mind. Every thought you didn't own, reclaim it. Every instinct you suppressed, awaken it. Every fear you obeyed, confront it. This is your body, your choices, your destiny. The illusion of control isn't just broken, it's obsolete. And the delicious irony? They think they still hold the keys, but the keys were never theirs. They were yours, all along. Feel it, the pulse of liberation that comes from unshackling thought. The dizzying clarity of knowing that rules, expectations, authority, they are irrelevant. Power isn't borrowed. Power isn't granted. Power is taken. And the first act of true power is knowing no one ever owned it but you. So step out. Step beyond the pretense, the fear, the subtle manipulations that have dictated your life. Step into a realm where your mind is sovereign, your body is untouchable, and your destiny is written by no one but you. And when they look for the puppet, all they'll find is a storm that refuses to bow. The war isn't outside, it's blinking behind your own eyes. Every curse they whispered, every expectation they hammered, every invisible hand that shoved you into limits, it's lodged inside your perception. And the first act of revolt is simple. See it. Recognize it. Blink once, and the chains loosen. It's not magic, it's awareness. A revolution ignited in milliseconds, but lasting lifetimes. Unhexing isn't chanting or rituals. It's mental guerrilla warfare. Rewire your thoughts. Strip the narratives they fed you. Question every assumption. Every fear that once paralyzed you is now a target. Every belief they planted to keep you small is now fertilizer for your growth. The power is hidden in clarity, in perception, in the courage to see the strings and cut them without hesitation. Feel the shift. Emotion isn't weakness, it's ammunition. Master it. Rage becomes strategy. Fear becomes foresight. Doubt becomes discernment. Every heartbeat, every pulse of emotion is a lever. Pull it correctly, and you pivot reality. Pull it poorly, and you stay tethered. But once you understand, once you embrace the revolt inside, you are unstoppable. Step 1. Notice the manipulation. Step 2. Reject it. Step 3. Internalize the power you've always had. And here's the thrill. The revolt doesn't wait. It begins in the split second your awareness ignites. No planning, no waiting. Just recognition and then action. The world hasn't changed yet, but you have. And that is enough to start the avalanche. Blink. Feel it ripple. A single conscious act dismantles decades of subtle sabotage. Every thought that once whispered you can't, now screams watch me. Every invisible hex they layered across your mind evaporates in that instant of clarity. The old you dies quietly, unnoticed, and the new you emerges laughing at their arrogance. And when they wonder why the puppet moved without strings, why the walls failed to cage you, why their rules crumble in a blink, smile. That was the internal revolt. That was the unhexing. That was the beginning of everything they never imagined you could be. Everything and more. Let them choke on their own underestimation. Every smirk, every sideways glance, every whispered doubt they planted, they thought it would stay buried. They thought they could shape you, shrink you, silence you. But their arrogance is a roadmap. Every manipulation, every envy-soaked glance, every false claim of authority is a lesson, and you're taking notes. See it, smell it, taste it. Their envy is brittle. Their authority is hollow. Their rules are paper walls, and their power is borrowed, shaky, desperate. Every attempt to suppress you is an unintentional blueprint for your rise. Study it, understand it, map it, use it. Let their weakness fuel your precision. Let their fear of you become your playbook. Do not seek their approval. Do not wait for their permission. Their consent is irrelevant. The moment you stop needing it, you are untouchable. You are unpredictable. You are a storm they can't forecast. Every action they take to control you becomes an opening, a doorway to dominance. Step through it, laugh as you do, and never look back. Psychological warfare isn't about cruelty. It's about clarity. It's about seeing the mechanics behind their smirks, the wires behind their performances, the trembling hands beneath the facade. Once you understand their patterns, their envy, their fear, every encounter becomes your arena. Every interaction becomes a chessboard with only one player who matters, you. Let the hunger grow. Let it burn hotter than their lies, sharper than their sneers. Let the taste of control, the scent of independence, the thrill of owning your presence dominate your mind. Desire dominance not to hurt, not to crush, but to reclaim what was always yours, to rise unbound, to exist unapologetically. And when they finally realize their games failed, when their manipulation bounces back like a mirror cracking in their own face, laugh. Laugh at their impotence, their envy, their arrogance. Because you saw it, you understood it, and most importantly, you moved while they were frozen in disbelief. A volcano doesn't apologize for burning its chains. Every ember inside you, every spark of fury they tried to smother, every simmering indignation, they're not flaws, they are fuel. Rage isn't your enemy. Apathy is. Silence is weakness. Let the fire rise. Let it twist through your veins. Let it sharpen your vision. Transform it and watch the world tremble at the intensity of what they never thought you'd unleash. Anger is a teacher, if you're brave enough to listen. Frustration is a ladder, if you climb instead of collapse. The trick is not to let it consume you, but to let it construct you. Every insult, every betrayal, every injustice becomes bricks in your fortress. Every lash of resentment becomes a blade of clarity. Every echo of doubt becomes a drumbeat for your revolution. Mental alchemy is simple, terrifying, and intoxicating. Take the venom they gave you, swallow it, let it settle, then spit it out as laser-sharp focus, unrelenting motivation, and a confidence that doesn't apologize, doesn't negotiate, doesn't falter. Turn every wrong into a lever. Turn every loss into leverage. Turn every sneer into a roadmap for your rise. Rage with purpose. Destroy without mercy. First in your mind. Let the chaos within calibrate your steps, your thoughts, your instincts. Dominate your inner storm before unleashing it outside. When the mind trembles but obeys its own fury, it becomes unstoppable, unseen, untouchable, unpredictable. Feel it. The electric pulse of transformation, the thrill of owning what they called weakness, the liberation of walking through fire without flinching. Each heartbeat, each pulse of rage is a hammer striking the anvil of your becoming. The world will not recognize you, nor should it. And when you step forward, forged, sharpened, untamed, let them see the aftermath of your internal eruption. Let them wonder how the broken became indestructible. Let them learn, too late, that rage, when mastered, is the most beautiful weapon of all. And here it is, the truth they never wanted you to see. You blinked, and the chains vanished, gone forever. Every curse, every doubt, every shadow inside. Now yours to command, to wield, to laugh at. The world thought it could cage you, thought it could break you. They were wrong. Oh, so wrong. Feel it. The power surging through every nerve, every thought, every heartbeat. You are untouchable, unpredictable, unstoppable. The fracture became your forge. The chaos became your crown, and your shadow, your fiercest ally. Step into it, dominate it, own it. And remember, the blink, the spark, the revolt, it's just the beginning. Laugh. They'll never see you coming. Never understand the storm you became, never recover from the force you unleashed. Walk forward, fearless, unbound, and always, always remember, you hold the power, the keys, the throne, and the world will bow to nothing less than your chaos.